LP gas is a safe, efficient and versatile fuel, and it's essential that the safe handling procedures shown here are followed every time LP gas is decanted. The safe and official transfer of LP gas liquid from storage containers to cylinders is essential in the distribution of this versatile fuel. Let's take a look at the correct procedure for decanting LP gas into a customer cylinder. This process will transfer a volume of liquid LP gas from a bulk supply container into a smaller cylinder by using the difference in pressure between the supply container and the customer cylinder without the use of a pump. Generally, LP gas liquid is decanted into small cylinders for barbecues, camping, appliances, and so on. There are strict rules to follow in this procedure. Ensure you are wearing long sleeves. Put on gloves and protective eyewear. Personal protective equipment, including the requirement for long sleeves, is essential. LP gas cylinders must be approved. This approval includes manufacture date or retest date, which is stamped on the cylinder neck ring. The date stamp must not be older than 10 years. If there is no approval stamp or the date stamp is older than 10 years, or the cylinder looks damaged, rusty or just worn out, it should not be filled. If the cylinder is okay, then place it on the ground or an earthed steel support. This will create a bond to discharge any static. Do not use plastic or insulating supports whatsoever. Touch the supply cylinder with bare skin to discharge any static. Unlock the supply cylinder, then put safety gloves back on. Connect the decant hose to the supply cylinder. Then check to ensure the dead man's handle is closed. Make the connection to the customer cylinder. Slowly open the supply cylinder valve to pressurize the hose. If opened too quickly, the excess flow valve in the hose connection may activate, resulting in no flow of liquid. Open the fixed level gauge 1.5 turns using the correct tool, usually a flathead screwdriver. Fully open the dead man's handle, then slowly open the valve on the customer cylinder to allow LP gas to move from the supply cylinder to the customer cylinder. When the releasing vapours turns to white mist, the cylinder has reached safe fill level. Release the dead man's handle immediately and close the fixed level gauge when the white mist becomes vapour only. Close the customer cylinder valve and carefully disconnect the filling hose. There will be a small release of LPG gas, and then safely drain the residual gas in the hose. Test the customer cylinder valve for leaks using soapy water. If no leaks, return the full cylinder to the customer. It may be a requirement in some areas to fit a plastic plug to the customer cylinder valve. Ensure this has been installed when returning the cylinder. Finally, if no further decanting is required, lock the supply cylinder. Let's recap. First, put on your personal protective equipment. Then check that the cylinder is approved for the job. Remember, the cylinder test date must not be older than 10 years. Connect the decant hose to the supply cylinder. Make the connection between the supply and the customer cylinder and touch the supply cylinder with bare skin to reduce static. Slowly open the supply cylinder valve to pressurize the hose. Then open the dead man's handle, which must only be operated by your hand. No wires, rubber bands, or cable ties may be used. Now, slowly open the customer cylinder valve. Open the fixed level gauge about 1.5 turns to check to see that the gas is releasing from the fixed level gauge outlet. When a white mist appears from the fixed level gauge, release the dead man's handle and close the fixed level gauge. Close the customer cylinder valve and the supply cylinder valve. Disconnect the customer cylinder and, if required, cap it with a plastic plug. If no further decanting is required, depressurise the decant hose and lock the supply cylinder lid. LP gas is a safe, efficient and versatile fuel, and it's essential that the safe handling procedures shown here are followed every time LP gas is decanted.